Chapter 3. Ready, Set, Go. Are you excited? Well, if you're not, you should be. In just a few moments, you will begin the process of learning the OneSource personal development system. It's important to note that in addition to learning the system, you will be also designing your own personal system to ensure you have the ability to produce the results you desire. Before we begin, let's take a moment to review some key points of what we've covered so far. In Chapter 1, we discussed the power behind the words focus, balance, and purpose. We also explained the importance of pleasure and pain and the role they play in all your decisions. In Chapter 2, you completed a series of exercises designed to focus on what we refer to as the 4 key areas. The key areas consist of your relationships, your level of health and fitness, your personal growth, and your business and/or finances. Based on the result of those exercises, you then rated yourself between 1 and 4 to gauge exactly where you are in each area in order to establish what we refer to as a baseline or a starting point. Allow me to offer you just one final bit of information before we begin. One of the most common mistakes people make when attempting to create lasting change in their life is to overestimate what they can achieve in a month and underestimate what they can achieve in a year. Remember to keep in mind that the system is not designed to solve all your problems overnight. It also is not designed to be a quick fix that you use once or twice and never need to use again. The system is designed to get you to take consistent action in the key areas on a daily basis to improve a little bit every day. It truly doesn't matter where you are or how unbalanced your life is at this point in time. By consistently focusing on the 4 key areas, you will improve a little every day, and over a period of time, you will achieve results you never even dreamed possible. Okay, let's get down to it. What I want you to do right now is to take out a piece of paper, a pen, or pencil. On the top left-hand side, I want you to write in bold, relationships. Now, obviously, if you prefer, you can do this on your laptop, desktop, or some computer device. But I prefer for the initial draft to do it on paper. Next, on the top right-hand side, I want you to write in bold, health and fitness. Next, halfway down the page on the left-hand side, I want you to write in bold, personal growth. Finally, on the right-hand side, I want you to write either business or career, depending obviously on if you are self-employed or own a business, or if you are employed, / finances. So again, business or career / finance. Now, in the event that you are neither self-employed or an employee at this moment, simply write finances. Once you have completed writing all the key areas on your page, it should look something like this. Now, in the event that you're only listening to the audio version of this workbook, please ensure you download the free workbook so you can follow along with the images at www.onesourceworkbook.com. There should be a link in the description as well. We will begin the process of designing your personal development system by focusing on your relationship. What we are going to do is create a list of individuals in your life that you desire to achieve and maintain a good relationship with. It's important to note that the very first person on your list should be you. Your relationship with yourself is always the most important of all your relationships. Why? Because if you don't love and respect yourself, it will be extremely difficult to develop and maintain loving, meaningful relationships with others. So right now, I want you to write down on your piece of paper and underneath the word relationship, the word myself. Now, if you're currently in a relationship, What I want you to do is write down the name of your spouse or partner, boyfriend, girlfriend on the page directly under the word myself. If you're not currently in a relationship, that's okay. This will allow you extra time to focus on your relationship with yourself. This way, when the right person enters your life, you'll be in a much better position to make a real connection with that individual. Next, if you're fortunate enough to have children, I want you to write down children or kids or whatever you're comfortable with on the page. In the event that you do not have children, I want you to write down a name of a person or a group of people that you love and care about very much. It could be your sibling, your parents, or your very best friend. The key thing is it should be someone that you love and have or would like to have a strong relationship with. The next name or phrase you'll be adding to your list is the name to represent the group of individuals or people you have a day-to-day connection with. For an example, I generally use the term friends, family, and associates. I find this works because it covers a wide range of individuals whom I have contact with daily. These individuals could be siblings, co-workers, friends, in-laws, or a host of others. Now, in the event you have 4 names or groups under relationships, you are finished for the moment. In the event that you only have 3, maybe because you're not in a relationship or perhaps you don't have kids, I want you to write down everyone else. This group represents everyone else you come into contact with throughout your day. However, maybe not on a regular basis. This includes people such as the waitress who serves you your coffee in the morning, the person who sits next to you on the bus, or even that ignorant SOB who cuts you off in traffic. Now, it would be impossible for me to supply everyone with a list of people they need to include. The suggestions I have provided are just that, suggestion. The thing to keep in mind is once you have a better understanding of how the system works, you will have no problem redesigning your program to include everyone. For the moment, I want you to select 4 of the suggestions I have recommended or add the names or names of the people in your life you want to direct your focus to on a daily basis. However, please ensure you do not have more than 4 in total to complete your list. So now your page should have all 4 key areas written in bold. Under the area of relationships, you should have the names of 4 individuals or groups of individuals. There's an important reason why you're required to have no more or no less than 4 names in this area, and this reason will become clear as we progress. The next thing I want you to do is place the symbol 1/4 point to represent a quarter of a point next to each of the 4 names under the area of relationships. Once complete, your page should look something like this. Personal development system. Relationships in bold. Myself, 1/4 point. Spouse or partner, 1/4 point. Children, 1/4 point. Friends and associates, 1/4 point. Underneath health and fitness, personal growth, business/career and finances should be blank. Next, let's shift our focus to the area of health and fitness. What we're going to do here is list 4 key actions you can take on a daily basis that would improve your health and level of fitness. It's important to note that for the moment, I would not encourage you to make this too difficult. The most common mistake people make is overestimating what they can achieve in a month and underestimating what they can achieve in a year. Try and think of your system as starting a weightlifting program. You're going to start off with a light amount of weight and gradually increase the weight over time. For an example, if you're a smoker who smokes, say, 20 cigarettes per day, you might include as one of your actions 15 cigarettes max. Or, if you have a serious weight problem, you might start off with something as easy as walking around the block every day. The key thing to remember is you want to set yourself up to win. Do not make these action items too painful or difficult to achieve in the beginning. Also, keep in mind that you have to design your system based on your current level of health and fitness. Below are some examples or suggestions of action items you may want to include on your list. Understand that you do not have to choose an action item from this list, as these are only examples. All that really matters is that you write down 4 actions that you are confident you can consistently do. For an example, drink 8 glasses of water, light exercise, no eating after 8 p.m., bed by 10 p.m., no sweets, 15 cigarettes max, walk, deep breathing exercise, reduce alcohol intake, no fast food, take stairs, swim, health club, run, yoga. Now that you have selected 4 items that you are confident you can do on a daily basis, what I want you to do is write the symbol 1/4 point next to each action item. The reason I'm instructing you to include the 1/4 point symbol is because your personal development system is based on a point system that will be introduced in the next chapter. Let's now move on to the area of personal growth. By far, this is my favorite of the 4 key areas because it allows me to do what I really enjoy doing. Before we begin selecting your action items for the key area, let's take a quick moment to get a better understanding of exactly why this area is so important. In order to reach your full potential as a human being, it is critical that you consistently push yourself to learn and grow. As Tony Robbins likes to say, you're either green and growing or brown and dying. Your mind, or more specifically, your subconscious mind, craves stimulation and requires almost constant attention and or focus. The problem is that if we don't direct our focus, our subconscious mind will direct it for us. The subconscious mind will find things in our day-to-day life to either stimulate it or distract it. In addition, our subconscious mind does not always make the right choices. All too often, it will direct us towards distractions such as TV, video games, listening to the radio. This is why it's so important to direct the focus of your mind to productive activities that will contribute to your mind's growth. This, in turn, will allow you to not only grow as an individual, but also to get the absolute most out of life. It is also important to note that the activities you choose for the development of your mind do not have to be boring or overly complicated. In fact, quite the contrary. Below are some examples of daily activities you may select to place under the section of personal growth. Reading. Listen to self-improvement audio. Charity work. Online courses. School. Networking event or groups. Creative writing. Blogging. Keeping a journal. Learn to play a musical instrument. Meditate. Creative think time. Hobby. Photography. Art. Of course, the above list is only a suggestion. The most important thing to keep in mind while selecting your action items is to choose things that you will enjoy and contribute to your individual growth. There's one final thing you need to understand before selecting your action items, and that is the importance time will play in this area. You want to ensure when selecting your action items, you set yourself up to win. So please, do not select 4 activities that will take an hour or more each to complete. Instead, try selecting a variety of actions that will range from 10 to 30 minutes to complete. Keep in mind, you can always do activities longer than the time allocated, but you're not required to do so. For an example, you could select to read for a minimum of 15 minutes as one of your actions. Now, if you decide to continue reading at the end of the 15 minutes for an hour or more, that's great. However, you're not required to do so. Keep in mind, we are creating habits that will become part of your daily routines. If you attempt to do too much before you're ready, it will become too painful and you simply won't do it. Eventually, you will have a multitude of activities on your list to choose from on a daily basis. However, for the moment, I want you to only include 4. Also, it's important to note that the system does not require you to do all these activities every day. Finally, let's devote our attention to the area of business, career, and finances. As you may remember from the earlier part of this chapter, I instructed you to write business and finance if you are self-employed, or to write career and finance if you are an employee, and to simply write finance if you are neither a business owner nor an employee. This particular area is one of the trickiest for many people because you are actually dealing with 2 areas in one. However, allow me to simplify things for you. I find it best to think of this key area as how I earn money and how I manage my money. Keep in mind that both are equal in regards to their level of importance. Let's start with how you earn your money. Now, as with the previous 3 areas, you will soon be selecting action items to add to your system. However, it's important to note that in your key area of business career, I do not advise you to write down action items that are part of your day-to-day job description. What I'm going to do is request you to write down 4 traits or virtues that you feel are the most important in your profession. Now, I believe that there are certain traits and virtues that all individuals should always strive to possess in the workplace. Some of these traits include trustworthiness, loyalty, honesty. So I would not advise you to include any of these on your list. They are what I refer to as mandatory. The following are some example of traits or virtues that I would recommend for you to consider including on your list. Productivity, friendly, hardworking, determined, dedicated, flexible, creative, reliability, focused, organized, patient, prudent, responsible. Now, in the event that there is a trait or a virtue that you feel is important for your profession that is not listed, please feel free to include that on your list. Take your time and really think about it. When you're ready, I want you to write down the 4 traits or virtues from your list that you believe are the most critical for you to acquire or possess in order to perform your duties to the best of your ability within your job or profession. Next, I want you to write 1/8 of a point next to each selected trait or virtue. There is a specific reason, and that will become more clear as we progress. Once you have added the 4 traits or virtues under the heading of business/career and finances, it's time to turn our attention to your finances. Now, in the event that you fall into the category that is not self-employed or not an employee, you will be adding all your actions under the area of finance. Regarding your finances, I believe that one should consistently focus on 3 things. They are simply how to acquire more money, how to spend less money, and how to save more money. If the only thing you did in the area of your finance was to focus for 10 to 20 minutes per day on each of these 3 things, you would find that within a month, your finances would begin to shape up. Within a year or less, you could completely transform your finances. Remember, biggest mistake people make is overestimating what they can achieve within a month and underestimating what they can achieve within a year. With this in mind, I suggest you do the following in regards to your action items. If you have listed traits and values, please write the following below them. Budget, 1/4 point. Acquire more money, 1/4 point. Spend less, 1/4 point. Save more, 1/4 point. You can also include a time limit that you do a minimum of each one of those actions. For an example, acquire more money, 10 minutes, 1/4 point. Spend less money, 10 minutes, 1/4 point. Save more money, 10 minutes, 1/4 point. In the event that you are not required to write traits and virtues, I suggest you write the following. Budget, 1/4 point. Acquire more money, 20-minute minimum, 1/4 point. Spend less, 20 minutes, 1/4 point. Save more, 20 minutes, 1/4 point. In the event that you are unclear as to what you are to do in regards to the above actions, don't be alarmed. As we progress, it should become more clear. Again, if you're only listening to the audio version, please make sure that you download the workbook at www.onesourceworkbook.com in order so you can see the examples and see the images. Okay, for now, just look at the sheet to ensure it looks somewhat like the following example. Personal development statement. Relationships, spouse or partner, 1/4 point. Children, 1/4 point. Friends and associates, 1/4 point. Everyone else, 1/4 point. Personal growth. Read, 1/4 point. Watch video, 1/4 point. Online course, 1/4 point. Write, 1/4 point. Hobby, 1/4 point. Health and fitness. 8 glasses of water, 1/4 point. Light exercise, 1/4 point. Not eating after 8 p.m., 1/4 point. No fast food, 1/4 point. Business/career and finances. Productive, 1/8 of a point. Organized, 1/8 of a point. Reliability, 1/8 of a point. Patient, 1/8 of a point. Budget, 1/4 point. Acquire more money, 10 minutes minimum, 1/4 point. Spend less, 10-minute minimum, 1/4 point. Save more, 10-minute minimum, 1/4 point. Take a good look. Does your system look anything like our example? If not, take the time to reconstruct it now until it does. Of course, it's not going to look exactly like our example. However, the format should look similar. Now, in the next chapter, we're going to explain how the point system works and how we can use it to ensure you achieve and maintain balance in your life.